to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd.
We're talking some real intense shit right here. We're talking Ninja Gaiden. Everyone always said Ninja Gaiden, but I know for a fact it's Gaiden. You know where I learned that? From the wizard.
Ninja Gaiden! Hey!
Yeah, back then, nobody knew how to pronounce the names. It's like in Street Fighter. We didn't know Ryu was actually Ryu. Blanca, some people say Blanca, but there's no way it could be that, because Blanca sounds like blanket, man. Anyway, Ninja Gaiden to me is one of the most memorable games of the 8-bit era. While the arcade version was a Double Dragon style beat 'em up, the NES version is an adrenaline-charged side-scroller. Every second counts when you're slashing away at enemies and hopping platforms, and learning how to bounce back and forth between walls is a necessity. As an added bonus to its hot gameplay, excellent graphics, and music, it was also one of the first games to have cutscenes. Common nowadays, sure, but back then, gamers hadn't seen anything like it. So epic. The story follows a ninja named Ryu who travels to America to avenge his father's death. It seemed everyone always assumed that it was the same Ryu from Street Fighter, but I'm pretty sure there's no relation. To further perpetuate this alleged tie-in, they had to name Ryu's father Ken. Okay, Ryu and Ken? How could you not think Street Fighter? As the story unfolds, it turns out before Ken was killed, he was working together with an archaeologist, Walter Smith. They were the safekeepers of two demon statues that, when combined, would awaken an ancient demon that had previously been defeated by Shinobi. Yeah, Shinobi, as in the Sega franchise. This game is a whole network of Ninja Cross references. The sequels continued to have awesome cutscenes, and throughout the series, Ryu would always say, what was he gonna say? What the fuck? Oh, and what is going on there? It always kept you waiting to see what would happen next. Your reward for beating the level was that you get to see the next part of the story. Its cinematic style contained elements of anime and film noir. Throw that together with some fast-paced, high-stake gameplay, and man, the effect was intoxicating. The only problem with these games is that they are relentlessly difficult and nearly inconceivable to beat. The second game incorporated new stage hazards that were never seen before. There's the wind level, where the wind keeps changing direction, so you have to time your jumps accordingly. Such a pain in the ass. Then there's the ice level, where you slide all around. And my most hated of all is when everything goes dark. You might as well be playing blindfolded. The third game is the worst of all, because up until this point they had unlimited continues, but not this one. There's nothing more frustrating than to make it really far and then have to start all the way back from the beginning. I'd say this is the hardest trilogy of games on the NES, even harder than Castlevania. I'm going to focus on the first Ninja Gaiden. It's been over 20 years and I still can't beat this son of a bitch. One of the biggest problems is that if an enemy is anywhere near the edge of the screen, they will respawn infinitely. Nice. Thanks for wasting my firepower. The number one most constant issue in this game is getting knocked back. It's the same as in Castlevania. It doesn't matter where you are, no matter which angle you get hit from, it always seems you gravitate towards the nearest hole. You know, I've forgotten that this game has a life bar. Yeah, you can actually die if you take enough hits, but whenever you get hit, there's a death trap right next to you, so you're always going to die by falling. You might as well not even have a life bar. Look at this guy. How am I supposed to get past him? Fuck. 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 stuck!
This is impossible! How am I supposed to beat this? Please, teach me how to beat Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden. I haven't heard that name in ages.
Really?
Normally they say Ninja Gaiden.
Does that mean I'm worthy?
Playing Ninja Gaiden is a secret art. Only the most determined players can defeat it. Sight! You must be quick. You must be strategic. Can you learn that, my boy?
I've wanted to beat that game all my life.
You realize before you can beat the game must beat you.
And it has. For the past 20 years, it's kicked my ass. I love the game. I want to complete that love by finishing it.
Very well.
Fuck!
Sloppy! Is the game controlling you, or are you controlling the game?
God, I keep getting stuck on the wall!
Ninja must be master of his environment.
And what the fuck was that? Oh, come on, how was I supposed to know a bat was coming?
A ninja must look beyond the borders of the screen.
Got him. Oh, there's another bat!
Try again. Practice. Unlimited continues means no game over. Game is only over when you make it over.
What am I supposed to do? The bats keep coming.
You must move. How is one to advance if you waste all your energy on one enemy?
Oh, your mother!
You must not act too quick or too late. Perceive the victory in your head, and your perceived future will be your present.
Yeah!
Good.
No, I jumped a bat, got killed by a cat. That's the way this whole game is. It's just an endless cycle of things that kill you. Like a checkmate.
Nerd, checkmate does not exist unless you make it exist. Think between the spaces, nerd. If you set a course for the moon and merely follow the stars, then you will miss that which you have set forth.
Look at all this shit. There's a million flying enemies. And they all respawn quicker than I can attack.
You're playing with anger. Anger does not exist. Pain does not exist. Defeat does not exist. Ah! Before you leap, you must look.
I looked.
Before you look, you must think. Before you think, you must feel. Before you feel, you must...
I've had enough.
Come, show me your thumbs.
What?
Your thumbs.
My thumbs.
Like this.
What?
What? Faster. You are as slow as sloth taking shit. Come, we will develop speed. Q-tip. When I drop Q-tip, you catch with thumb. Speed. Too slow. Again. Again. Perfecto. Speed. Very, very slow. Speed. Too slow. One more time. Focus. Ready? I told you not to fail. Say. We learn rhythm. Speed is rhythm. Rhythm is life. See?
This is impossible. How is a human being supposed to be faster than a machine?
Game machine. Machine predictable. You not.
What?
No chopper offer.
Oh, this is bullshit. That's unbelievable.
With that attitude, you'll never succeed.
Final boss! Final boss!
You have 3 final bosses.
The first boss isn't too hard once you know how it's done, but the second boss is a nightmare. His fireballs never miss. They follow you everywhere you go. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm all the way back at stage 6-1? That's fucking horse shit. You die on the boss, you go all the way back?
You die, you go back. You must learn discipline.
But how am I supposed to practice on the boss? As soon as I start to learn the pattern, I die and I have to go through the last stages all over again. The hardest section of the whole game is this part right here. It would be so much easier if I had a throwing item like a ninja star. But this game is very stingy with its special weapons. The ammunition is scarce, and whenever you die, you reset to nothing. Even if you do manage to get to this part with a weapon, it doesn't help much. And once you die, you can't go back and restock. This section contains no weapons, so all you have is your sword. The only way to get past this motherfucker is to trigger a glitch, making him disappear. But that only happens if you're really lucky. Then you'll get another shot at the boss, but they don't even have the fucking courtesy to refill your life bar. That is sadistic. Whoever programmed this thing, I want to rip their fucking heart out of their ass and show it to them so they can see how cold and black it is before they die. There's no stage select code, and no helpful Game Genie code either. Infinite lives? Yay, isn't that what you have already? How about put me back at the boss so I can get another try? At least it lets you skip all the bosses that you've beaten, but it makes me sick to think that there's still one more boss I haven't made it to. I give up.
You must not give up. No game over.
Game's over now. You try.
Fuck. Nunchuck fuck. Balls.
You know, the whole fucking trilogy is impossible. The first game sends you back, the second has the staged hazards, and the third one has game overs. So it's like pick your poison. Well, I got my poison right here.